just want to teach you something about life. Life can just be annoying sometimes. I know some of us feel like giving up along the way, but the first thing you should know is I am not your therapist, so there's nothing I can tell you that you don't know. I can, however, teach you some chess. So maybe if you feel like giving up, just give up. But before you give up, let me teach you some chess. At least it will add you some little knowledge to what you already don't have. Can I get a hallelujah? So this is chess. It's a board game. Are you interested to learn? You see, if life is already difficult for you, then chess shouldn't. Listen! I want to teach you some chess, so you should listen to me. Thank you. Class in session. This is a board game. You cannot play alone. Get a partner. 1 or 2 partners or more? I don't know. For better results, get 1 partner. These are the players. Let me make it easier for you to understand. Can I have your attention now? Chess, often referred to as Game of Kings, is a timeless and intellectually stimulating board game that has captured the hearts and minds of players around the world for centuries. Is that point right? These are the players. So it's played on an 8x8 grid called a chessboard. So this is a chessboard, and each player commands an army of 16 pieces. So you'll have 16 pieces to yourself, and your opponent will have 16 pieces to themselves, right? Where do they look? So this is it. Can you see that? Covering isn't. Let me just okay. Oops. Here. So this is not how you should arrange though. I'll show you how to arrange them. So these are the 16 pieces per player. You will have 16 pieces. Your opponents will have 16 pieces. Right. Each of these pieces has its own name and its own rules, which must be obeyed to the letter. This is the king. No, sorry. These are kings. Kings must be protected. If you can't protect your king, then you lose. Loser. Never ever run out of moves. Protect your king to the letter. These are the queens. They are the queens and these are the queens. So each player will have 1 king and 1 queen. Then we have the rooks here. Each player will have 2 rooks. These are the rooks. These are pawns. Each player will have 8 pawns for themselves. These are the pawns. Each of you will have 2 bishops. Each of you will have 2 bishops. This is bishop. And lastly, we have the knights, 2 of them. This is what they look like. Yeah. Each player must have 2 of these. The knights or whatever you want to call it. As I said earlier, each piece has its own rules which must be obeyed to the letter. Thank you. Let's start with the pawns. Pawn. At the beginning of the game, each player is expected to be in a particular position, which is a rule. So let's arrange is it the play or the pieces? Let's arrange the pieces on the board. So this is the king and queen can be anywhere, wherever you choose. It's the king. This is bishop. Bishop should be here. And then pawns usually occupy this line. This is another bishop, which should be there. And then these are the pawns. This is the, what did we call it? You are to be king during the class. Now you can't even remember. Aibukwako. Is it? No, this is the king. What am I doing? Confused. Got it. So this is how you must always arrange your players on the board. Can you see that? Always. There is no otherwise. Nope. This is the rule. So let's carry on. As I earlier mentioned, each piece has its own rules. We have movements for each piece, which you must master, because while playing opponent, you must know which way you should move. You don't need to make a fool out of yourself. Learn. These are the pawns. They usually occupy the second, should you call it a lane, a line? or a Q. That is, they usually occupy the second row column. They move forward one step. So let's see, this way. Can you see that? Yeah, they move forward one step, but they capture diagonally. So if your opponent is here, you can capture them diagonally. If your opponent is here, for instance, you can't capture them because you can only move forward. If they are here, then you can't move forward. So that means if you are here and your opponent is here, it means you are going nowhere. Use the other pieces. You can no longer use this one until they move their piece. And of course, they are not able to move your piece because you are here. You can only capture when they are here, this way. Another thing is pawns can advance 2 steps. So the first step, that is, you're here. So you are only expected to move 1 step, but on your first move, you can make 2 steps. I hope that's clear, darling. And then we have the rooks. These ones, like the watchmen. Rooks move horizontally. They move vertically across the board as far as the path allows. So if I am here and my opponent is here, it means I can capture them because I can move horizontally and vertically on the board. If my opponent is here, it means I can capture them. It doesn't matter the distance. I can capture them from whatever distance as long as they are in my lane. Gotcha. Then we have the knights. So these ones, they move in an L shape. So 3 by 2 or 2 by 3. So 1, 2, 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. That's 3. Then 1, 2. So if my opponent is here, for instance, I am here, it means I can capture them because I move in an L. So all knights move in an L. It doesn't matter. Can be 2 by 3 or 3 by 2. Then we have the bishops move diagonally across the board. Diagonally, as far as the path allows. So if my opponent is here, it means I can capture them diagonally. That's it for the bishops. Then we have the queens, queen of the land. The queen of the land moves in all directions. Queens can move horizontally, vertically, diagonally, as far as the path allows. They are the most versatile pieces. The most important piece you have is this, because it can move wherever. This one. And then we have the kings. The kings move 1 square in any direction. So that means your king can move here, move there, any direction, just 1 step. They are the most critical pieces to protect. And the object of the game is to checkmate the opponent's king. So if your opponent's king has been checkmated, it means they need to look for a way to protect their king. For instance, this way. Can you see that? Yep, this way. No, this way. So this is checkmate because I can move in this direction and capture your king. So you need to protect your king. Now, you need to protect your king. So the least the opponent can do is move here. That is, or move here. This is the bishop. So bishop can move to this place. So they can move here. Those are the only moves they have. You can't move here because it's still in the line. It's checkmate. Thank you. Now the ultimate goal in chess is to put your opponent's king in checkmate. Checkmate occurs when the king is under attack in check. Just as I've explained, you need to attack your opponent's king. Attack them until they are out of moves. Put them in a position where they cannot move to a safe square. A safe square means to a square where they cannot be checkmated. So that means the game ends with the checkmated player losing. If you have been checkmated by your opponent, it means you need to protect your king. If you have run out of moves to protect your king such that every move you make is checkmate, you lose. Loser.